boys and gals. I hope we will not be interrupted. My wife's cat, one of them is coming to the door and meowing out loud, so I guess she's just lonely. She wants to meet her mom. Alright, that's gonna be a talking, whispering version while chewing gum with some tapping, and well, that's it. Weeding, showing my waiting list, my PlayStation 3 waiting list for this year. I already weeded them out, but it might be a little bit different, so on the no talking, only gum chewing tapping video, the last pile that I show very fast, these are the games that made the cut, but it might change today, so don't go and compare them. It might change because of the feeling that I have now. Get the box closer to me, and let's go and dig it. First, I'm not sure how to read it. IL2 Sturmovik, Birds of Prey. I never played it before. But I got into flying games from the first Hawks. Tom Clancy's Hawks. That's the second one, but the first one was, I had a blast. I hear and I read that it is much more of a simulator kind of game. Might be hard. It's pretty great, they write in here. Engage in over 50 death-defying missions, piloting stunning World War II aircraft over photorealistic environments all through Europe. Bombing missions and dogfights. It's supposed to be good. Yeah, first is the pile that didn't really make the cut, but still, I might just go and pick a game from this pile and make some videos or play for myself. It's not final. Next we have Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So in the not talking video, I pointed here and I did zombies, multiplayer, and then campaign. Oops, campaign. I said yes. That's because I like shooter games only for the campaign. I don't know why. It just feels very loud in the image, yeah. Playing online, it's just so saturated with online now. I want to just lay low, you know, kick back and play something mindless. Just have a gameplay mode where you have some kind of a story, somebody you need to save, and not just roam around the map and shoot people. I guess I want more engagement in some way. I don't know if I explained myself enough there, but I tried. Hawks 2, Japanese version. Yeah, Black Ops 2 was also a Japanese version. The first game was great. After finishing the first one, next time I saw this game, I went and grabbed it. Battlefield Hardline. I liked in one gameplay demo, I liked the fact that you kind of play like a police person, and you can put the handcuffs on the suspects. But I already tried to play this one. I don't know if this is the original copy I tried first. For some reason it didn't load the game right. It was broken from the get-go. It didn't load all the assets. I remember one just in the start. You drive in a car and no buildings were loaded. It was just an empty space with two people standing somewhere. I can see the road, so I understand that it's supposed to be inside a city, right? But first I was shocked, thinking maybe it's supposed to be an open space, you know, kind of like a field or something, but no trees, no anything on the ground. Then I understood, it didn't load because it felt weird. I don't know if it's the game or the PlayStation, I don't know. I wanted to give it a try, it didn't work quite much, so I just skipped over it. That's why it didn't really make the cut. Star Wars Force Unleashed 2. That's the American version, I think, the European or American. I got it online. No, not online, no. I think I got it from a media shop that they have a small section with, they call it foreign CDs. But very small section, sometimes in different media shops. The first one was great. I'm not a Star Wars fan at all. I don't understand anything about these movies. I think I fell asleep like a few times during the first ones. But the game was fun, the first one. The second one, I don't know. I didn't try it. I should. God of War. I don't know, I picked it up only for collection purposes. I'm not really a God of War type of person. I used to enjoy some hack and slash games. Heavenly Sword I enjoyed a lot. It was one of these games that I saw PlayStation 3 as this game. Like, this game is for PlayStation 3. That's how I connected them together. I was associating Heavenly Sword with PlayStation 3. God of War. Many of my friends like it. Liked it as we were children. When we've been children, it was very had very big notoriety across some of my friends. It's a very manly game. These things look heavy. Less of a manly game. Powerful game. Tomb Raider Underworld. I tell you about this game. This game made me feel like a child. I have a long history with Tomb Raider games. This is why I got the first ones on PlayStation 1. That I just learned nowadays that you can play PlayStation 3, PS1 games. Not 2, 1. That was also a slap in the face, but it's pretty cool to learn after being a PlayStation owner for I don't know how many years now. A long time. I think more than 10 years now. And I didn't know that you can play PlayStation 1 games. So I learned just last year, but like 3-4 months ago, from a frequent commenter here, that you can play PlayStation PlayStation 1 games. So Tomb Raider was a big beast for me. I finished only the second one. I never played the first one until recently. Here on a PlayStation 3 from a PlayStation 1 software. And this game, the first level, you start on a boat. You need to jump to the water. I have a slight fear of water. I forgot the name. Subnautica, no, that's the game name. I forgot the name of the phobia. Something no, something phobia, I forgot, sorry. I don't know, anyway. I have this fear of deep waters. And even the first level is making me sweat a lot. But I think it's a very cool game. I did eventually jump to the water and I got inside this temple. And then you get inside an air pocket in the temple or something like that. You do some stuff. I got to the point where I think she burns or one of the people that work with her did something, tried to shoot her, and then the house got burned down. I think it was in this game. Maybe I'm confusing Legends. The one that came before that, or two before. Something was burning down. Then we have another good game for the campaign. Call of Duty World at War. Funny thing about this game, this is the American version. It was very hard to find it here in Japan. I guess it's because of the way the Japanese depicted in the game. Because you kill a bunch of them. There's a foreigner. It doesn't matter that Japanese people kill Japanese people in games, yeah. But because of World War II and how they were depicted, that game was very hard to find here in Japan. But the campaign, I think I played it like 2 or 3 times already before. I liked it. Zombies was nice, but not alone. Alone was very hard. Scary. Not scary in the sense of, scary, but just very stressful to play it alone without nobody watching your back. I like the teamwork when you can play split screen. But yeah, for me the campaign and online was nice too. First time I played Call of Duty online was this game. Back in the days, that was a lot of fun. Thief. That's the Japanese version. I like this saying here. Omae no mono wa ore no mono, or boku no mono. Your things, or my things. Your stuff, my stuff. Mikasa Sukasa kind of saying. I like the box art. Looks good. I don't know much about the game. I never played the first one, or I don't know if there is a second one, or I don't know. But I thought it could be nice to try. Split Second, Japanese version. I think it was Disney, yeah. You have the Disney logo here. I forgot how. Publishing, maybe. Could be. It's supposed to be a very action-packed game. I think you have these sequences along the road, action sequences that you can initiate. I don't know if by experience or by takedown. Some kind of gauge, I don't know, angry mode. I don't know what is it that you can press, and you have those sort of explosions or something will roll down and take the opponents. Very cinematic. But I didn't play it. I'm just saying. That's from what I've seen in different videos. Call of Duty 3. Again, Japanese. The game was made by a different studio, so it feels a bit different than the other Call of Duties that we know nowadays. But I can't tell you which one of these studios. I don't know. Maybe not. Let me see, you have Activision here too, yeah. Trilogy, or maybe I'm mistaken. Sorry. No. Forget what I said. But it still feels very clunky. But again, I play this for the campaign. I don't know if you have multiplayer here. Yeah, it seems like you do. It says online. When I play Call of Duty games, I like to play it on hard mode right from the get-go. I like needing to be crouching behind cover and changing positions all the time. I like the challenge. The only problem with Call of Duty games, as you all know, are the grenades. At one point you can get like 3 or 4 or 5 grenades next to you. It's overwhelming. So you just spin around in your place until they blow up because you don't have anything to do. You could try and save some of your dignity and get one and throw it. But you don't have, you're not like the Indian deity Ganesh. You don't have so many arms. Another game that I wanted to play back in the day, Lost Planet 2. Box art here is very interesting. Just looking at the different characters and robots. I think it's pretty simple. You have huge aliens, monster type aliens. I don't know if it's the basic kind of story where humanity is looking for a different place to live, and they're finding this planet that is filled with different organisms that rather eat humanity rather than make friends with them or end up in their zoo. So you go and kill a bunch of them. Capcom. I don't know much. I tried to play. You have this grappling hook. Cool. And I think that the main premise of this game was that you can play it online. I think split screen as well. To 4 people co-op. That's very nice. But nowadays, where are you gonna find it? Where are you gonna find those people that will play with you? Transformers War for Cybertron. I like this game. I played it already. I finished it before. I am again in the middle somewhere, but I stopped. It's not a game that I shared online. I just played for myself. It was very nice. I enjoyed it. It has this 90s. As a child, I had this sticker. I think you got them in a gum. I don't remember. Maybe when you bought a gum. those stickers of the Transformers. Back in the 90s, they looked very boxy, very square. You have the same feeling here. I liked it. You can press this button and you change based on which of the heroes or anti-heroes you choose, because you can play both Autobots and Decepticons campaign. Very cool. So I went and I bought this one. I never played this one. That's the second one. Fall of Cybertron. This is War for Cybertron. That's the fall. Minecraft, what can I say? Very nice. Beautiful auto-generated world. Well, we all know what Minecraft is, right? I tried to play it once. First time I played it, I made a video. I'm a big noob, and I said it in the video as well. I have no idea how to create. And then nighttime comes, and you have these monsters and zombies. It came quite a shock to me, I didn't know. So all I remember is creating this wall around me with no door to hide from the monsters. Later on I found out that some of the monsters can actually take blocks. It's nice, but it didn't make the cut. Still can come back and play it. Bionic Commando. You have these small open world sections in this broken city. But I'm not sure about the story. I tried to play it. For some reason it didn't continue, I'm not sure. I still might, but it's far away down the road because I have other games that I really want to play. And you'll see them very shortly. Lego Movie. I got it in a package of a few games that I chose from a friend. Yeah, he had that time. The kid is now like 10 years old now. He was like 8 that time, and he had PlayStation 3. But then the Switch came out, and you know, Switch and Nintendo, they make more accessible for children and adults that like very colorful games. So we went and played that. So they stopped playing PlayStation 3. So some games they gave away, some sold, and the other ones I chose for myself because I wanted them to fit my collection. So Lego Movie I never played because I never watched the movie. First I want to watch the movie, then play the game. So again, I didn't make the cut only because I didn't watch the movie. After watching the movie, I might. I hear it just like the movie, so you can do either one. Prince of Persia, the real colorful game. I don't know much about this game. I don't know what to expect even. I only think that it's very artistic and colorful. If you ever want to experience something a bit magical, I don't know where I heard or read it that you cannot really die in this game. Let me know if that's true. some reason you cannot die. I don't know, maybe because that woman that you see in the box art, maybe she's doing some kind of a magic that prevents him from dying. Or she revives him all the time, I don't know. Warhammer Space Marine. Warhammer 40,000. It's kind of a, from what I know, I never played hack and slash shooting third person action game. You play those, I want to say goblins, the space goblins. Dragon's Dogma, Dark Horizon. Never played it. I know that there is a big community for this game that still does. I've never been too strong on RPGs. I found them to be too slow paced. Maybe even too fantastic. I mean, when the fantasy's a little out there, it's too far for me to get. It's too far. I'm trying to explain. I play now Assassin's Creed Origins sometimes on a very low setting on my laptop. It's not a strong laptop, but it runs it on a low setting. And I guess why I enjoy it, it's supposed to be an RPG, kind of, not as deep. I think that is deeper, much deeper. But because it's closer to reality in some way, you know, because you see Egypt. And I wanted to be there as a child. But with these, I have nothing to connect to reality. It's too far. You know, magic and dragons. Nothing that I can relate in a way. Egypt I always wanted to be, so that's why Origins kind of, you know, tickles me. That doesn't tickle me in the right places. But again, might play it later on. Before that, I would want to play this Tomb Raider, the reboot, only because of the I guess cinematic survival kind of type of feeling, and the bow and arrow. It's one of the greatest things that gaming gave to me. Bow and arrow. Now I have the camera application here, so I'm looking now at the camera thingy. And here, and I have all the folders and files. I have Bayek standing on top of this thing, holding a bow and arrow in a beautiful landscape where you see the Giza pyramids. I like the bow and arrow. Plus, I never saw it before, but I watched it. I never watched it before, but I watched the movie that's supposed to be kind of like close to this one. When I went to meet my girlfriend, my wife and the child in her parents' house. It was nice. Not too deep. Very mindless. And she uses a bow and arrow there, so. But I will tell you that I did like the very strong, you know, the strong woman type of vibe. It's not as, it's mainstream nowadays, but for a good reason. The vibe that she gave, very strong, capable woman, capable person. I didn't even want to say woman really, because when you see what she does and how she does it, there's nothing feminine about that. At the same time, there's nothing masculine about that. Genderless. No, but of course, she's a woman. And it's very nice to see those strong, believable, strong women characters. It's not like I didn't watch it, but I saw some videos. It's not as cringy as the new Charlie's Angels. I didn't see the old one. I don't care for these movies so much. I don't know why, but it was very cringy and somewhat enjoyable, but still a bit cringy. Was Birds of Prey, but the Tomb Raider, the new Tomb Raider one. The character, the actress, she was very athletic, and you can see that she actually worked hard for the role, physically. I guess that also mentally. So, without playing it, only by watching some photos and videos, it gave the same feeling. Very strong character, very strong type of Lara Croft, less sexualized, like you had back in the first games in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 6, when she had these huge breasts that, if it was in the real world, would get in her way of fighting bad guys and raiding tombs. So for the love of Poseidon, stop with the big breasts. They will only make it harder for you. Mafia 2. Played it before. I have it in this version, in this list, only for ASMR purposes. I thought it's gonna be a very nice game to play again here. I guess I like the setting, the old setting. Metal Gear Solid, the Legacy Collection. It comes with some kind of an art book and the game itself. I played the 4th one. Where is it here? Guns of the Patriots. I wanted to try 30. Well, I should try all of them actually. One you needed to download, but I already have the first one. The Japanese version. Shame, but I have the first one. I think it was a Japanese version. Yeah. To play on the PlayStation 3. And then we have the second one here. And then the third one. Peace Walker, yeah. I have Peace Walker also. It's a Japanese version. I would like to play Peace Walker. Now we have 2 more that didn't make the cut, but still good games. Very good games. Origin Wolverine and Caged Edition. I have no idea what is this edition for. Hack and slash. The gun. Like big breasts gets in my way. I didn't play it. Looked good. Mindless fun. Hacking and slashing. This game, not a rare game. But I liked it because you have the DLC. That's the Japanese. That's the Japanese, sorry. The air conditioner makes a lot of noise. Japanese version. I hope you can play it in English. Some games you can. But you know what? I think I have the English version too somewhere. I don't know, it's a long time ago. Okay, now the games that make the cut. Drivers, San Francisco. I think that the story is over the top. Very interesting, imaginative story that tickles me right, yeah. Without many spoilers. I just played at the start, but out of body experience. Near death experience out of body. Let's just say that you can possess people. Not in a scary sense, but in an interesting sense. I never heard that sound before. You can possess people and drive their vehicles and be them. That was very cool. I only started LA Noire as the original second-hand version I bought somewhere in Israel. It says in Hebrew. Exchange library. Sifriyat Takhlafa in Hebrew. I like it. Slow paced. But back then when I played it first time, my English was not as good. I didn't understand many of the words I said here. You need to, I think you already know, but you play this protagonist, he's studying in police in very low level. As a patrol car, I think. Slowly gets up the ranks to be a detective. You have this story and his story as a recruit in the army, I think. You have those cases and you have a notebook that you need to follow up clues. Talk to suspects, witnesses. And you need to say by the way they act and talk, by the tone, if they are telling the truth, lying, or stuff like that. 1940s LA. Why not? Why not? Kind of like the same feeling that Mafia gives, but Mafia 2. Just play a cop, so you play the other side of the story. Let me just turn it off for a second. It's too loud. Another game that made the cut, Mirror's Edge. Never played it before, but it looks cool. As you can see, very bright. I think you can fight very basically. I don't think you can kill you. You can use a gun, so sorry, you can kill. Parkour and jumping out of buildings, climbing things. Looks interesting. Now I got this. Very good condition. San Andreas. GTA San Andreas classic, what can you tell? You all know, definitive edition. That's not a good version of the game. The best version I played was a PC version back then. I got it from a guy, he gave me a cracked edition. A cracked version. And that's how I played it before. When I was very young. I spent so many hours in this game. Just cruising around. You know, every few weeks I had this favorite car that I like to drive without hurting. Customized vehicles. The best part was airplanes. That was the best part, just flying around the map. I think that's some kind of a port that came from the mobile phone version. It doesn't look or feel good, but still, you know, it's very close. So I don't know how the new version is. Sorry, my nose is kind of itching. So I have to touch my nose. Next we have this game. Somebody, I think it was Moose, a frequent commenter, Moose, I think you said that the name was Katamari Forever. I call it Tribute because that's what it says, Tribute, on the box. If you never played it, it would be very hard to explain. You start off with some kind of a object that you push. Some kind of a ball. It has these magnets. And things stick to it. You get bigger and bigger. Until you get to the point where you have airplanes and a cow and the buildings. As it shows in here, but I never got to this part. I started very small, collecting small stuff like matchboxes. And I already have thread and cups and stuff. I guess you go and get bigger and bigger. So you have these time challenges. Just a shame that it's in Japanese only. I would like to have this game as an English version. But this one made the cut, of course. This is one of the highest in my want to play list. So you have the toy box version mode. The toy box mode is kind of an open world where you have different games and things you can do. Small missions. You have the story mode. I guess that's the colorfulness of the game and of the movies that, you know, growing up on Toy Story. You want to go and be in this world, right? That's the closest way you can get. So that's why it's very high on my list. I will put it aside now here. Another colorful game that's high on my list. Mini Ninjas. I remember when it came out. I think my brother had it. But I believe I downloaded it on the PC way back. He played it, he had a PC that can run it. I don't remember if I had one that could. Maybe it was the same PC, I just don't remember, it was such a long time. Very young. But it's cool. You have different characters with different abilities that you can choose. adorable in here. So it's ninjas and stuff. You can, you can hit your enemies. I squeaked. You can hit the enemies, but they don't die. They become these woodland creatures. So actually, I think that the story is that some kind of a wizard or what is it? What do you call it? I want to say warlord, warhog. What was the name? I forgot the word. The other word for wizard, for bad wizard. Warlock. No, I forgot. He turns those woodland creatures to his slaves, samurais, kind of samurais. You can see them here. They have those bad eyes, they go kind of like on the side. Angry eyes. It's kind of sweet. You cannot really kill them. On the other spectrum, you have Darkness 1 and Darkness 2. I was very happy finding this game. The first one, I really want to try it for some reason. I really wanted to try, so I tried it for myself. I played maybe 40 minutes to 1 hour. I stopped. It was so cool that I wanted to share it with you. What is that? It's a vehicle or a bike. What? I thought that we have some kind of a monster. I have a window in here. I thought there is something that growls outside. Speaking about darkness, I like this story very much. I don't know if it will go downhill from there, but the start was very cool. I don't know why. You play this guy that works for the mafia, I think. Very metal-like guy. Again, the growl, the vehicle or the bike. It's 11 o'clock at night. Making a lot of noise for people. A bit inconsiderate, I want to say, but we don't know what happens in his life. Anyhow, Darkness. So you play this guy in Mafia. Somebody tried to kill him. No spoilers. As you can see here on this package, the art box, he gets those things that called, I think they called Darklings. He's a hitman, yeah. Jackie something, he's a hitman. And then you go and just kill everybody. But I like the depth that it has. You have those different small puzzles along the missions, and the main, you have an open world. Very small yet open world in a way. You learn how to use the Darklings, those things. They help you, and it's the first person shooter, I forgot to say that. And you have those small puzzles and magazines you can find, or comics. I don't know. I mean, I did find. You're fine. I found those kind of like comic pages. I don't know if it is based on an actual comic book or it's a comic book that came after the game, which is less likely to happen. But these also made the cut. Almost done. Sly Cooper collection. I never played it. I thought it's a very nice game to add for my collection. That's the Japanese version. That's a shame, but it's a good way to learn Japanese. Playing video games is a good way to learn any language. Japanese, Chinese, and other character-based languages. That it's twice as challenging to learn. I'm very thankful for the English language. No, sorry, I'm just tired. I'm very thankful for video games. Because I learned a lot of English from them. This is a great media. Storytelling media. Using your brain media. You need to get that sword out of some top of a mountain. And if you don't understand what they want, what I need to do, because you need to translate. Since you translate it, you learn new words. Media. So, video games taught me a lot of the English I know and understand nowadays. It's not much, but it works. Next we have puppeteer. Puppeteer in Japanese. I think it's supposed to be puppeteer in English. On the no talking version, I took this out and I said that the manual looks amazing. You have the moon stick in here, and you have these beautiful colorful pages that tell you about the character and the story. Of course, these made the cut. Something fell out of this game. Then we have Metal Gear Rising, some kind of a version of the game. What's the version? I don't know. Special edition maybe. You play Raiden, Cyborg. Oh, the gum is huge. Next you have Assassin's Creed Rogue. Never played it. It's one of the games that I want to play for myself. I might share, might not. Batman Arkham Origins. That's the English version. I have the Japanese version as well. But very high profile games like this one, are usually 100% translated. So you cannot play them in English. Some games you can, but I don't think that Warner Brothers high profile game like that would be able to be played in English. And I think I already checked it, by the way. Yes, I think I checked it from the Japanese version when after buying it. I tried. It didn't work, so I ordered this online. It still has the new smell, but I don't think it's new. Next, the last cut. Lord of the Rings. I'm not a big fan, but I did like the Lego. I played it 30 minutes. I was overwhelmed by how amazing and how fun it is. How cool the world is. Open world, you can ride a horse, I think. Or another animal, elk maybe. You start in what they call it, the Hobbit village. I stopped because because I really wanted to share it with you. I felt this one of these games, this in the darkness. Toy Story 3. These are these 3 games, especially these games nowadays that I played for myself because I couldn't hold on. But they were so good that I felt like I'm cheating on you. That's how special you are to me, guys. It's kind of weird that I'm speaking to a camera without nobody of you reacting, but I just felt like I'm cheating on you by going and playing such a cool game. Such cool games. So I just stopped and I said, I'm gonna play it here, making videos. So the Lord of the Rings, Lego, Darkness, and Toy Story. These are the games that I really wanted to share with you. I don't know, I just felt like I wanted you to see them as well. Another game that I'd be happy to have the English version of. Not Ico, which I think is very good, but the Shadow of Colossus. That's the Japanese version, some kind of a special edition with a small book comes with it. That's a very PlayStation 2 classic game for me. I had a PlayStation 1, I never had PlayStation 2, and then I jumped to PlayStation 3. This one, the Shadow of the Colossus, was one of these games that I remember looking. Try to see it from the eyes of an 8-year-old. I think it was very similar to this package now, maybe even the same. But that's the Japanese version, so I don't know. If the European version in Israel, we used to get European versions of games. I was 8 years old and I look at this photo and I think, gaming is so cool. Such a huge monster, or such a huge person. I want to see what it can do, what do you do in this game. And I remember looking, I saw somewhere that you can ride a horse and you have a knife, a sword and a bow and arrow. And I thought, wow, I want to explore it. So this is one of these classic games that I wanted to play since childhood, but I never did. And I do have it now, but you know, with life and everything, never got to it. Alice Madness Returns. Also one of these games that the first one, the one that precedes this game was very dark yet colorful in a way. I remember it was very bloody, the first one. This game was kind of funny. Again, dark, bloody, funny. The world was very colorful and looks good. I already played a little bit, played like maybe 1 hour. I enjoyed it, but because of the Japanese version, again, it's one of these games that you cannot play in English. It's a shame. I do want to continue, play it and finish it, but I'd rather play it in the English version first, and after I understand the story and all, it'd be easier for me to go and play the Japanese version later on, because games that I like I play again. Might be one of these games, and then I will have a better understanding of the story, so I can much easier learn words. Splinter Cell Trilogy. It's a shame we don't have Double Agent in here. Back in the day I had Double Agent. I bought the real version, the PC version, the full version, but my PC back then could not run it. So I did have a copy, maybe I still have a copy somewhere, the PC version copy, at home back Israel. My father lives in Russia, Ukraine, Russia. My mother lives in Israel. My aunt lives somewhere in Russia, either Russia or Ukraine. I live here in Japan. Doesn't really matter. Don't know why I'm sharing that now, but so you have 1, 2, and 3 here. I played. I wanna say Pandora Tomorrow. Never finished it. I don't know why. I think I've been stuck somewhere. Maybe it was too challenging. I don't remember. Then we have Pure quad racing game. I like mindless fun like that. Motorstorm was one of these games that I sat alone. I shout, scream, and laugh out loud by myself because it was so over the top. It was action-packed, explosions. It was so fun. I just hoped that Pure would be like that. So I got it. I think I played the demo back in the day. It was nice. Ratchet and Clank. 1, 2, 3. I have the Japanese version again. I found it, so I got it. I have this one here, kind of expensive, like $25. Getting the English version here in Japan is kind of a rare game, so I want to play it in the English version first. Later on, maybe I will play it when my daughter will be old enough to play both of the versions. And the last game here made the cut only for one reason: curiosity. Also, it's very comic. Lollipop chain, so put aside that you can see the belly button of this girl. Of course, very obviously she is attractive, but more than that, you kill zombies in here. Zombies are very good. It's very Japanese and stupid in a way. It's just so imaginative and weird. I think that from the story this is her ex-boyfriend. For some reason she's carrying him like that on her waist. I don't know why it's only a head. I don't know how he's not dead. I only know that when I tried to play it, it was pretty hard. It was very challenging, and very funny. That's a good piece of entertainment there. These are the games that made the last cut. Wow, this version of the video is long. Alright, boys and girls, I'll cut it here. This gum is huge. Let me try and make a bubble. No. Doesn't work. Alright, boys and girls, thank you very much. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry if I seem too low-key and tired. I'm after work. Been a long day. And I am very tired and sleepy. Next thing I'm gonna do is go take a shower. Go to sleep. Thank you very much. See you next time. Ta-ta. Keep safe, move your bones, use your masks, and keep distance if you can.